What's going on YouTube? This is God in the Wax, aka God's on DJ, aka Easy Mike D on Twitch, bring you another video. So this time I want to talk about this device right here. This is the We Are Rewind cassette deck or portable cassette player. You can find it online. I think Turntable Lab carries it. Maybe someplace else might carry it as well. You can probably get it. I think you can get it. You can also get it directly from We Are Rewind on their website and things like that. Maybe a few other outlets have it as well. Maybe B&H Photo Video. You got to check that one again if they still have them in stock or if they have them. Yeah, this is a nice cassette player, I would say. This is my first cassette player in a long time. I haven't had one in a while. Back in the day, we had the Sony Walkmans and things like that. Casio joints, JVC, all the major electronics manufacturers, Sony, Panasonic. I think all of them made a cassette player. But this is kind of one. Now, people that I've seen people talk about this one, like on the cassette, like different reviews, like on the cassette player, Reddit and things like that, cassette tape Reddit. People have said that this thing is a novelty, like it's kind of like just a novelty item. It's not really something you really meant to use. I don't understand why that would be possible, because it definitely is a viable cassette player. The sound is really good on it. Actually, I don't know what the exact internals are on this thing, but with my cassettes I've been getting, the Wu-Tang Forever. I got Peace Instrumentals 3. I got J Dilla Donuts, as you can see here. J Dilla Donuts. Mad Lib, Sound Ancestors. These tapes that I have all sound decent on this thing. They sound really good. The audio quality is decent. So I don't see how it will be a novelty. It's definitely a viable cassette player. It's really well built. If it's like aluminum or steel, I don't know what this casing is. It feels like it might be aluminum or something like that, or steel. But it's definitely heavy duty. It feels really heavy. I noticed when I got it out of the box, it felt really heavy. The buttons feel really tactile and well made. They're not flimsy buttons. Nothing on this thing feels cheap at all. Even the volume knob here doesn't feel cheap. It feels like a well made, well put into the unit volume knob. Now, the one thing I don't like about this thing is, as you can see, it doesn't have any screw holes on it. I don't know what this right here is necessarily for. But this right here is definitely, it doesn't have any screw holes on any part of the thing. It's like construction manufactured together, welded together, whatever it might be. So you can't really open it and see what the internals are or service it or anything like that. And then another thing I don't like, in addition to that, or kind of in lieu of that, or in the same vein as that, is it's not battery power. So you don't use AA batteries or anything like that. It's powered by a lithium ion battery that's inside of the unit, and you charge it via the USB-C port right here. Now, that's all well and good for now, but what happens when the lithium ion battery goes out or needs to be replaced? I guess you can always send it to We Are Rewind and have them put a new battery in it, but how long will that be? Like 20 years from now, will that be an option? You know what I mean? Will they still be around? That sort of thing. So those old cassette tape players from back in the day, as long as the device was working, and the internals, you could always repair, like the tape head and things like that. Those are kind of parts that can be replaced with third party or OEM parts, if that's the right term I would use. But this lithium ion battery, I don't know if that's going to be something that's going to be replaceable for the long term from We Are Rewind. 20 years, 30 years, 40 years from now, if I still want to listen to a cassette on it, you know what I mean? So I guess they're kind of banking on the idea that most people are short-term memory anyway. People buy new iPhones and new cell phones and new Android phones every year. So if something happens to this thing, they'll just get another tape player. You know what I mean? It's not that expensive where you'd want to keep it for so many years or anything like that. So, but anyway, yeah, it's a dope tape player. I like it a lot. It's very high quality. Like I said, the sound is really good on it. Now, another feature that it also has Bluetooth. So you hold this button here and you can pair a Bluetooth headset with it. It doesn't have a screen on it, so the way you do it is you set the pairing on this, set the pairing on your headset, and then this will find the first closest device. So you put it close to this device, it'll find the closest device that's Bluetooth compatible and pair with it. And it's usually your headset will be the device that it pairs with. And then you can listen to it and use it. It will lose the pairing. I forget when it loses the pairing exactly. It's in the instruction manual. But I know that I think it's like a 3-minute timeout or something like that. If you don't play the music on it for 3 minutes, you have to repair it or something crazy like that. I believe that it said. But yeah, it has Bluetooth. So if you want to do Bluetooth headsets on this thing, you definitely can do that. I haven't tried that on this yet. I've been using my Hi-Fi Man HEX4s with this, and it sounds really nice. And also some IEMs that I've been listening to with it, and it sounds nice on those as well. Another feature that it has is it also records tapes. So it has a 3.5 millimeter or 3.5 millimeter input where you can plug in, your DJ mixer or your stereo or whatever you have that has a 3.5, where you can get a 3.5 millimeter signal out from it into here, and you can put a blank tape in there and record it. I don't know if you can see in there, but I guess that blue piece right there is the tape head, because when you push this yellow button is what records. It's the record button. And when you push that down, you can kind of see that blue head going down. I forget what it's called, like a magnet, or I forget what the piece is called, but that's how you would record a tape. I recorded one tape, but I kind of messed up on it because I was recording from my DJ mixer output, and I had my microphone turned on at the same time, so I was getting the volume from the actual mixer, straight from the wire through to the tape recorder. And I was also getting the volume from the microphone, which kind of distorted things a little bit. So I need to do another recording and to make sure the mic is off and no input is coming in on that, and see what it sounds like then. But it didn't sound that bad, even with how it was. It was definitely just messed up because of the two sources competing with each other, But yeah, I'm going to definitely do another recording on it and see what it sounds like with just the input coming on a 3.5 millimeter cable. But anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. I want to get this channel going a little bit better. I had another channel, the Guys on DJ channel, where I was doing some intros and things like that. I want to start doing that again. I got to figure out how to make a decent looking intro for my channel here on the Guide in the Wax channel. And yeah, make a decent intro and maybe get a theme song or something like that going, or a theme music, one of my beats or something like that, or play a beat every time I go live. That's what I was doing before. I'll play a different beat of mine that I made or started on every time I made a video. So anyway, that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. This is definitely a dope cassette player. I definitely highly recommend you pick one up. We are Rewind. Have a good one. Later.